What's good, people? SimFBallCritic here. You asked for it, and here it is. Here is the second live stream from EA Sports in regards to presentation and graphics. Let me know what you think. Enjoy.
Welcome to the Madden NFL 15 live stream on Twitch. Joining me right now, and I will reintroduce them here in a second just so everybody has a chance to get in here. We got Mike Young, creative director for Madden 15. You guys all know this guy. What's up, man?
Hey, great to be here.
Yes, we've also got Jeff Ostergaard, art director for Madden 15.
Hey, guys.
And then Patrick Blanca is off screen. He is a designer. He'll be joining us here in a second. He's going to run the paddles here for us. But today we're showing off presentation and visuals. We're going to look... Hey, we heard you guys last time. You don't want to see a PowerPoint presentation, so there is no PowerPoint presentation today. All we're showing is gameplay. Craig, if you want to go ahead and switch us to the game. I've got one ready to go here. We've got Chiefs versus Steelers. Patrick, do you want to run the sticks here first? And then anytime Jeff or Mike see something they want to show off, you can let us know. First, we got to check out the pregame because that's new.
Yep.
Craig, if you could crank up the audio on the game when that comes up. Tweet us your questions with the hashtag TwitchMadden15. As you can tell, the chat stream goes pretty quick. It moves pretty fast, so we're going to try and stay up with it on Twitter. I will also try to stay up with it on the chat. But guys, let's go ahead and get into it.
Jump in.
Let's jump in. Let's get into the details. I know you guys got to run here in a few minutes, but we figured we'd jump into it.
So right here, you're seeing our new broadcast intro. We have Larry Ridley, who also does our halftime show, which you're going to see later. Quick broadcast intro. We wanted everything to feel more expensive, like a TV broadcast, so the graphics are inspired by the best of what you see out there, like CBS, NBC. Here's our new Chrome broadcast style fly-ins.
It's really cool.
Yep.
So how did you guys
NFL
do that?
stadium, we blew, we built out the city around it, built it into that studio, and then matched the cameras. So as you fly into the stadium, you kind of do this live reveal to the real live stadium. One of the key things for me here was we wanted all the visuals to match what they're talking about. So they'll talk about the banner here while they're talking and showing the coach. We wanted to shorten it, so we got rid of things like coin toss. So that's now a menu option before you come in a game. You see there one of the new broadcast style cameras, Steadicam shot.
Okay, so you guys have talked about that, but for whoever who hasn't heard, explain the camera thing. Brian Murray.
Here's another one here. The last few years I've been working with NFL Films, and one of the best talents I got to work with was a guy named Brian Murray. And over the years we talked about what he could do in our space, and eventually we got him to come here this year, and just such knowledge of shooting real football, and it really helped with our goal of shooting real football. Here again is another piece I like to call authentic to broadcast, inexpensive. So as Big Ben came onto the field there, we're introducing him with commentary, but you also see that NFL Films footage.
Right.
Each quarterback has 3 or 4 of those packages throughout, even guys like Johnny Manziel.
All right, Patrick, you're playing on All Pro because guys are going to want to see the at least All Pro skill level. Is that what you normally play on? I'm not trying to throw you under the bus here, but don't give him a hard time. Defense is tough in this year's game. Just as a reminder, defense is serious. So we're going to see how Patrick handles it against the Chiefs' defense, which is also pretty good. With Roethlisberger here. All right, Jeff, you're our director here. What are we gonna see here in Pittsburgh?
Well, as in all the NFL stadiums and across the product, we went and we relit the product again. this year. We've got a number of new rendering features that we put in, specifically not what you're seeing right here, but during nighttime, or when the shadows become really long and you start to see that, late third quarter, fourth quarter lighting when the stadium press box starts casting that shadow onto the midfield. You will see a large shadow on the field. Well, once our players run into that lighting actually has been improved significantly, and that transfers over to our domes, our night lighting. So you're going to see the characters all in all have better shape when in those situations.
All right, let's see if Patrick can pick up this first down. 3rd and 9. Oh, took a little too long to pick his play there. That's all right. That's all right. Those look like new player models to me, new body models to me.
They are,
Jeff?
Yes. We this year we went and we completely redid all of our player body types. So we started by breaking it down and redoing the 4 major body types. Our standard type, which is really the QB, and that really never was able to represent our QBs accurately before. When you look at Peyton Manning and previously Brett Favre and some of those other quarterbacks. So we started by redoing the base model, and then from there we added a new muscular model, a new thin model, and our new heavy model. And between those 4, that's what we're able to then recreate all the players in the NFL. So you're actually going to see every player in the game is leveraging these new blend shapes. And we've actually even gone through and handcrafted our superstars throughout the product. So you'll see every quarterback, every major defensive player will all have very unique values for those body shapes.
Jeff, we have a question here from Fat Kids Revenge 1. Question: why does Kaepernick have tattoos?
Why does Kaepernick have tattoos? Colin is a very unique situation. So he's one of the athletes in the NFL that has full rights to his tattoos. So he came to us and he's like, "Hey guys, I really want to get my tattoos in the game this year." So with his cooperation, we were able to get the rights to those tattoos, photograph him, and get them into the game accurately. That's why you see him specifically having those tattoos. Now, that's not to say that in the future we won't be doing more of those. We just have to secure the rights to the other players. And again, we're working with the players in the NFLPA to add more to our product in the future.
Yep. Just going to call out that inaccurate pass there. The last stream we were playing with Peyton Manning and Phillip Rivers, so a lot of very accurate passes. But this year you're going to see, depending on ratings, guys throw some errant balls and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. I found out actually Peyton Manning, who I watched every single game. I'm a huge Broncos fan, and if you would have asked me like what his percentage was on deep balls, I probably would have said 95% or something, because wishful thinking or rose-colored glasses or something. But he was like, I think 65% or lower. And then the gameplay guys were like showing me film to prove it. I was like, oh, okay, so yeah, that's realistic.
Every fan tends to either over-glorify or under-glorify their own team. I used to complain to Donnie Moore all the time about Big Ben and how much better he had to be and how he should never be sacked. Like, he should be tossing guys off on sacks all the time. But fortunately, he has his own mind, and it doesn't just bend to our will anytime we complain about stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And meanwhile, those Chiefs just driving on.
I mean, here's a really key moment to talk about, and Patrick's going to talk about it a little bit because he was the main designer on this feature, but Madden for a long time has been based on scriptables. So post-play, we would not be able to shoot the action on the field. We would have to load up canned, kind of moments. What we've been seeing here over and over again, just like when that player signaled for first down, we've added all this post-play behavior, awareness, AI, animations to bring to life the game so we can shoot it more like a real broadcast, players helping each other up, people celebrating with other players, everyone on the field kind of having an authentic reaction to each play. And it makes our game not just more authentic to what you'd see on TV, but by having it immediate, you know, your emotion as a gamer is supported by the players and the visuals you're seeing immediate. You know, it's not this
Right.
kind of score a touchdown, wait for us to load the canned, you know, Superman Cam Newton celebration. Now as, you know, he dives in the end zone, he's immediately going into some reaction. His teammates, if there's some around him, you know, do their thing. The defenders are dejected.
Just like Patrick right now. He just dropped his head for giving up that first down.
That's actually
That again right there is another one of the real cameras. So, you know, for years we've been shooting what we call director cams with guys like Brian Murray for our scriptables, but one thing he was able to do was work with our engineers to really not just take advantage of where cameras are in real life in a real broadcast, but how they behave and track a ball. So we've had the real positions before, but what we never had was the behavior. So there on that sideline camera where we cut to what broadcast would want to do, we did see the cameraman kind of move out of the way so that he didn't run through, but it was also the positioning, the predictive logic of where they'd want to be. So it wasn't just about having the static locations, which we've had in Madden for a couple of years, but it's how to use them.
Right.
So I have to do a small shout out to our partners at Riddell, because part of the body blends this year, you'll notice that you're actually seeing the shoulder pads and the underlying protective gear a lot more. And Riddell was a big part of that, making sure we had all the authentic gear this year, and we're able to take really good reference to then actually completely resculpt the normal maps on these players. So when you're looking at these players, look at their pants. I mean, the microfiber detail in the pants is significantly greater this year. But then on top of that, again, you're just starting to see those underlying shoulder pads and thigh pads and knee pads, so much more than you've ever seen before in Madden.
Another thing I was noticing, we just saw Andy Reid on the screen. The bodies look so much more authentic, and they actually have like their real, like if you see Jim Harbaugh, he's really got that like, red pen that hangs around his neck. And,
Yep. Yeah, you're going to notice that every one of our coaches on the sideline this year has a unique body. They've got a unique head. We've completely redone them head to toe. Anything unique to them that they have specifically, we've added those small details, and that cuts across both fair weather play as well as cold weather. So you'll see, you know, Lovie Smith in the snow.
I mean, it's such a big improvement from my days on the art, where we had to like share 3 different body types across all the coaches, and you'd end up with these like kind of turtle bodies, you know, like a head flopped on a body. It's almost like a Halloween costume versus the real guy.
The other thing you'll see with the coaches too is, like our quarterbacks, specifically, they received unique animation offsets this year. So you're going to see them hold up a lot better when it comes to facial animation.
We just saw another one of my little touches that I really like. It's really broadcast and makes the game more intimate. As the quarterbacks break the line of scrimmage, you're going to get some cutaways to them, and I think it makes the game feel more organic. And
yeah, I noticed the guys
energy
also
to it.
like kind of adjusting their helmet or kind of clapping their hands or waving to guys and stuff like that. We talked about in the Twitch stream for gameplay a week or 2 ago that you also, like when guys come up to the line and call a hot route, they actually will have to point to that side of the field and call that out.
Yeah,
so all that kind of goes into it together.
Yeah, people said like last year we had that RG3 E3 video where he was doing cool stuff at the line of scrimmage, but that was just scripted. Now we actually have a lot more content there where the quarterbacks are dynamic. Like you said, pointing things out at the line of scrimmage, audibling. As they break huddle, they're doing a lot of different stuff that's actually in the game.
So,
Very cool.
So as we were mentioning there about both coaches and QBs getting a lot of love this year as far as their likeness, that extends beyond those guys. So this year we've, at this time, I think we've scanned almost the entire league of players. But this year in Madden, you're gonna see a large focus at quarterback, coaches, and then of course a number of other skill positions, both on defense and the offensive side of the ball. You're going to see those very unique personalities having gotten that treatment. So you're actually going to see a much better likeness
I like it,
represented.
Patrick, where to pause and maybe go into like Antonio Brown or Heath Miller,
Yeah, let's-
Marquise Pouncey. You can kind of see the difference it makes over having either these guys be generic or just kind of built from hand.
Hey Patrick, whenever you get a chance, let's go into instant replay and show off some of those faces. First, real quick, guys, we know you're wanting to see Connected Franchise. We know you're wanting to see Madden Ultimate Team and a lot of other questions. We're focusing on presentation and visuals for this stream, but hang tight. Obviously, we've got more news coming, but we're not really talking Connected Franchise or MUT today. That's not to say we won't in the very near future.
Patrick is, brand new head.
Nice.
I mean, my favorite player right now is Antonio Brown, and he's fantastic looking in this game. So I know when you're a fan of a team and you have a favorite player, it's very important for those guys to look right.
It's nice. You got the sweat beads on his face, and
maybe scrub through, have him run through a different kind of lighting.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get him kind of turned around too into the. There he is.
Something like that.
Yeah, there you go. Nice.
You can see the skin holding up a lot better. Things look moist, juicy, like tissue should look like. We don't have the zombie guys anymore.
Actually, yeah. So I see actually, Patrick, can you go back in there and get that same thing? So I noticed also you've got like and this, I don't know if this has been in for a while, but the scratches on the helmets,
Yep, we went and redid degradation on the uniforms again this year, and you're actually going to see it much stronger throughout the game.
This, the uniform texture looks really good too. If you guys zoom in there,
yeah, that looks really good. That micro detail really comes out when you zoom in.
I mean, me personally, last year you really couldn't even see things like the carving into the shoulder pads or any of those kind of micro details, as I call them, like when you can see fabric. Except in like screenshots we released. But now you really see you see those carved out edges and those wrinkles from gameplay.
You can even see the straps of where he's hooking his shoulder pads together. We've got a lot of underlying detail this year that really is coming out nicely.
It's funny too because when we first started releasing screenshots, people were like, "Oh, that's not real. You guys are doctoring them." Nope, that is 100% in instant replay. Those screenshots are, it looks this good. It really does. So, sorry. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, sir. Let's talk about those head scans. How does that technology work? So what is this is kind of a new thing.
It is, yeah. Actually, we've got a proprietary rig that we have 3 of that we can pack up and take to any one of the teams. So we've been largely visiting the teams all throughout training camp, and we will sit down with as many of them as we possibly can in a very short period of time, and we're able to get them in and out in about 2 minutes. We can actually scan somebody's likeness now, which is phenomenal considering we have so many players to scan compared to other sports. But once we've scanned them with our proprietary rig, which is a series of several cameras capturing their face at one time from multiple different angles, we're then able to bring that back to the studio and through our processing pipeline reproduce their likeness, and then with just small quality changes after that, we're able to get his head into game. So all in all, we used to take days, 2 days, 4 days to get a head in. Now the process is down to anywhere between 4 to 6 hours.
Wow.
I just noticed another little detail which goes into making a Madden game is have crossfades between the replays. It just smooths it out, makes it look more authentic to TV. Just another one of those small details that you wouldn't put on the back of the box or anything, but it does add to your enjoyment.
Very cool.
Another one that...
Oh, fumble again. Wow. Patrick is lucking out over there with the fumbles. Hit stick, yes. And, they've got a pretty solid defense, too. Yeah, sure. Go for it.
So we really haven't talked much about the environments this year. You're going to notice lots of stadium renovations in this year's product. From the Eagles, adding their turbines, to the Niners, which got... we learned more and more about that new facility as it's getting ready for game day. So you're going to see a number of upgrades to that, even though we had it in last year's product. You're going to see upgrades to the Panthers and the Browns, the new super wide Jumbotrons, which are amazing. along with the new Jumbotron graphics that you're going to see playing on the ribbon boards and the Jumbotrons.
Yeah, I think playing in Jacksonville with their Jumbotrons take up about a third of the screen. With the content we have on there, it's like you can't stop looking at it. You're just like, you can't even play the game. It's so impressive.
Yeah, the hairs went up on my spine when I saw it for the first time.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going to see it in real life now.
Yeah, you were talking about these Heinz ones in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, maybe
to catch her up
if
here.
you could go in instant replay here, Patrick. We have over, I think, 22 different events for our Jumbotrons since way back in the day, probably like Madden 05. We've had the same like 1990s-esque kind of flash graphic Jumbotrons, and we worked with all the NFL teams to either rebuild what they do, but all authentic, all looking great. Here's just kind of the looping one, but earlier when you're in the red zone, we've got the ketchup coming down here. Go to the Broncos, Jaguars, Titans. With the way you see that during gameplay, it's just kind of a huge difference. But you'll see stuff specific for Super Bowls. If you win a Super Bowl, turnovers, overtime, quarter breaks, halftime. There's kind of events for everything, and it really brings the stadium to life in that way.
So other environments that we've gone and focused on this year, obviously the Vikings won't be playing in the Hubert Humphrey Metronome anymore. Breaks my heart, but they moved over to the University of Minnesota, so we've brought that stadium into the game this year. So they'll be playing at TCF Bank Stadium. In addition to that, there's a new skills trainer environment. And
doing the Dougie.
We can talk a little bit about the concept behind that. We wanted to bring a practice facility that felt very corporate and very high-end, similar to what the Jets have done with their new practice facility. So the skills trainer was largely modeled after that.
Seeing some that
new
cool
banners there, better animation. Like every big part of the banner do over to make it really broadcast is animated. Have transitions, have them animate on and off the screen, not just kind of be this static card that comes up, fades in and fades out. You notice a lot of stats come out of the ticker now. So really trying to tell the banner story out of the ticker. After a guy gets his third reception of the drive, that drops down, or how many times the guy's been sacked. It really helps tell that story.
Some other environment renovations we've done. The Bills have gotten upgrades. Seattle's gotten upgrades. We added the 12th man flags that we didn't have before. So lots of little details throughout the NFL stadiums.
Yeah, Seattle looks amazing.
It has to be. They just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They definitely got the treatment this year.
Also, like new stadiums, you guys had obviously Levi's is
new. The Vikings, they're in a new practice facility, or a new stadium being over at TCF, as I mentioned, and then the skills trainer is the other new environment this year.
Yeah, a lot of people are gonna appreciate the new skills trainer stuff once they try out the gauntlet. We're looking to have a stream on that too, just when we start talking about. We're gonna go through. The new play call and stuff like that, which you're seeing, but we'll get into a little bit more detail in a future stream on that. But right now, again, we're focusing on presentation and visuals as we check out that instant replay. It looks pretty slick.
All the replays were totally rebuilt. The editing, the camera behaviors, the camera locations, the crossfades, matching them up better with the commentary that's playing on top of them.
At the line for the first down after that completion. After the long gain, let's see what they do here.
I'm going to pull up Twitter here and check out some questions. Again, tweet us your questions with the hashtag Twitch Madden 15. I'm going to take a look at them real quick. Patrick. All right, you got a nice 7-0 lead. See if you can hold them here. Defense is held up so far, though.
Did you guys go into different gameplay cameras last time? The all 22, or
you know what? I don't think we did. That's something we were gonna save for this one.
Yeah, cool.
So we might want to do that. Patrick, when you get the ball back. I think, I honestly like playing from the defensive camera angle. I think it's a lot of fun. Obviously, I play with the Broncos a lot, so I like to control Von Miller around the outside. Trying to jump the snap and get into the quarterback. It just feels so. Here it is. In the past, obviously, you would have had to go into the options menu and change the camera angle before the play.
They were really buried. They weren't always accessible. Now, right at the line of scrimmage, we took all of the old cameras that NCAA fans used to love, improved on them, and then added the defensive side. So you have player lock, you have a defensive camera, which is really focused on an individual, but allows you to switch players.
Right.
The broadcast view, which some very, very hardcore people like. What people I've noticed do sometimes is actually switch cameras based on what they're doing. They're running a draw play and they want to see the hole. They might go into the zoom cam. If they are doing a pass play or a kick return, they might go to that all 22 where they can kind of see the entire field, see all the routes develop, stuff like that. Here again is another Jumbotron. They're block that kick.
Oh, that's cool.
So again, like last year, that kicker response would have been one or two different scriptables that you just see over and over and over again, versus being a real-time kind of celebration. And, the net's been improved.
The net's
this
moving.
year.
Yeah. What went into that?
We finally have dynamics on that. These cameras show off really well too. Camera angles is the new 3D indicator. Also the on-the-field graphics, seeing the down and distance finally that broadcasters had for a while here that we finally have in Madden. And you also see a number of gameplay features turning off there, like the tackle wedge, as well as a number of other things.
Got some questions?
Yeah, we got some here. Okay, so this one on Twitter from Mike King. He asks, how many new facial scans have been added to the game?
At this point, we've got several hundred. I'll be honest, I don't have an exact number because we've been just adding as many as we possibly can from the time that we got the scans. So really, we're only dictated by, hey, when can we finally sit down with the Patriots and scan them and then get them into our product? So, like I said, we've at this point scanned almost the entire league, and we've been scanning ever since, probably just after the first of the year. So there's again a couple hundred that's getting in immediately, and then we'll see more soon.
Very cool.
Just saw the first tease of halftime there.
If you want to look through there and see if there's any. Again, guys, getting a lot of questions about Connected Franchise, Madden Ultimate Team, the Gauntlet, various other modes and things like that. We're actually talking presentation and visuals today, but stay tuned. Obviously, we will be talking about that very soon. And thanks for watching. Be sure to follow us here on our Twitch channel, EA Sports, for more. Let's see.
Got a request here to show off Johnny Football during the stream. Surprise, surprise.
Should we? Johnny Football's popular, Mike.
Yeah.
Johnny Football is popular. Arguably the most popular draft pick this year, even though he was taken at 22 overall, or 20, something like that. 21, 22 overall, and there's going to be a lot of eyes on him this year.
Yeah.
We are getting close to the halftime presentation. I'm looking here through your questions here in the chat. Mike is checking out Twitter.
That was a big mistake. I think they need a replacement.
Here's a question. I have a question. This is from Just Chillin'. If you play with a friend on the same console, how will the camera views work? To answer your question, you will not be able to change the camera on the fly because that would be no fun if your friend was just constantly changing the cameras on you while you're trying to play against him on the same television. So you will not be able to do that. We've locked out the D-pad camera changes while you're playing Jags. No, it's not going to be snow because it doesn't really snow in Jacksonville. Everybody asking what Patrick's Twitch channel is.
Oh my!
He does not have to give that out right now. Eagles, Eagles, Eagles. All right.
Oh
All right.
boy!
I've seen enough. Let's just go Eagles. Let's appease the fans. Eagles. Is this even a real matchup this season? Probably not. Bucks, Jags, Eagles, Eagles.
There's a lot of support for those Eagles. Ah, there we go. Vikings. There's one.
There's a Vikings
There's one out
guy.
there.
All right. I'm seeing a lot of Bucks.
Thank
Let's
you,
go
Rockets
Bucks.
Live.
Tell you what, guys, we will get to the Eagles in another stream for
Sounds
sure.
good.
Yeah, I think we're getting a lot of people wanting to see. Yeah, week 1 matchup. Jags versus Eagles. Okay. Well, the first week of the preseason is Bucks versus Jags. That's what I see.
And this
my
Sunday
friend
night-
Marcus. Is it really?
This
That's
Sunday night. This Sunday night is the Hall of Fame game that kicks off the NFL
Oh,
season,
yes.
which is the New York
All right.
Giants and the.
I'm gonna go
Buccaneers.
Eagles then, just because everybody's wanting to see Eagles. So
How excited
this is
are
for
you
the
for football
fans.
this
This is
Sunday?
for the fans.
Thank God football's about to start up again. Whew.
I'm gonna keep it on
waiting for it.
all pro. Patrick, do you want me to run the sticks or no?
I would rather talk to the game.
Should we go
Then talk and
to
play the game.
4:15,
Then
1 o'clock? What do you think?
Do some 4:30
Okay.
or 4:15. Sorry.
Yep, 4:15. All right. I think we're safe on the ratings. You can jump back in, put it up on screen here. Guys, don't hold it against me if I don't play super well with the Jags against the Eagles while I'm trying to talk to you all. I'm
Packers, Seahawks.
gonna do my best.
You'll do fine.
Oh man, now everybody wants the Bucks. Sorry, we can't show 3 teams at a time. I want to see Nick Foles. Has that ever been said before? I'm sure it has. Here we go. Here's that pregame. Cecil Jorts the third? I've got nothing wrong. I've got nothing against Jorts. Check out this new Jags stadium, though.
Awesome.
Yeah, here's that new chrome look
Woo,
coming
woo.
into the game.
The size of that thing.
There's that super wide jumbo.
So Jeff, explain to me the lighting here. Like what's different when you? I mean, clearly it's different in a real life game between 1 o'clock.
And 4:30.
Sun, yeah, the
Absolutely.
sun's at a different spot in the sky. But what kind of
So you're
stuff does that show off on a technical level?
you're seeing a dramatic change in color temperature here. So obviously the sun's a lot warmer, lower in the horizon. You're seeing more atmosphere throughout the environment. Things look a little more humid just because the sun is able to it's cutting through all those particles. You're going to see a lot longer shadows from the players. You're going to see them almost getting side lit here, which brings out the shape of the player as well more. I love playing at this time of day specifically. But overall, just even right there, you can see how the sun's lower on the horizon, so we're starting to see the camera flares start to break in through the camera lenses. This is by far one of the more beautiful times of day that we have in our product.
Again, there's that the little video presentation as the quarterback comes out on the field. Foles there. I'm gonna use coach suggestions here so I can. So here I am and I'm gonna jump through the different cameras on defense real quick. There you go. I can zoom back in to defense. So yeah, all that. Oh, I didn't play the read option well, but that's all right. All right, Patrick, the fans were going nuts right before the kickoff. Talk a little bit about the fans, kind of how they react during the game. They kind of go
Absolutely.
wild.
So we introduced another emotional level. In Madden 25, we had him on the negative side to the positive side, and we never really pulled off like the excitement that you see in a stadium after a touchdown. And so we grabbed a bunch of new animation content that you'd expect to see, people standing, jumping, arms raised, just massive excitement, and peppered that throughout there with a lot of new control over how many animations are repeated and various technical achievements that in turn have a very lively crowd without a lot of repetition. The camera can be close in, it can be far away, and it really sells that moment really well. We also have some really nice human-like delays that prevent these animations from playing kind of at the same time. And when you see like the entirety of the stadium stand up, for example, on a breakaway run or something, you really start to get the sense of how authentic and how real they feel as individuals, even though they're sharing a finite number of animations.
And Jeff has to run here pretty quick, but I just wanted to touch on how do you guys accomplish that the look on uniforms or helmets like the Jags? It's pretty unique because they've got the matte finish on half of it, and then it's kind of the shiny look on. How do you guys even do that?
Yeah, it's very unique. We've actually improved the shaders this year. When you look at some helmets have the reverse. They'll have a nice shiny decal, but then they'll have the matte helmet, or in this case, the Jags actually have it going from shiny to matte. We've had to just build a more robust tool around our helmet authoring, and of course improve the lighting on the helmets. So that's why you're seeing reflections are better this year, and of course any of those unique one-offs as far as shiny decals on matte helmets. We've been able to plan around those.
Good stop.
All right, once again, that's Jeff Ostergaard, art director for Madden 15. Jeff, thanks for joining us today.
Hey guys,
we really
thanks.
appreciate all the information. We're just going to keep playing Madden 15 for the next few minutes, maybe the half of this game. As you can see, that new Jumbotron in the background there. Really cool. Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks for having me, guys.
See you, Jeff.
Yep. All right, it's just me and you, Patrick.
All right.
Can you help me monitor?
Definitely. I'm trying to watch Twitter over here.
Unless you would rather play again, it's up to you. I'm gonna try to win.
I'm getting heckled from both sides. Okay, fair. That's fair. I deserved it with that last game. I can take it.
You were. Look, they're
good.
driving
We're
down
good.
the field. The Eagles are just working me right now. Let's see if I can hold this 3rd and 2. But you were at Comic-Con last week, is that correct?
I had a great time.
How was that
experience?
experience?
It was amazing. Tons of fans came out. Madden stole the show. We were, long days, long lines. Everybody was really cool, really patient. People played full games. It was full 6-minute quarters, so big audiences means lots of excitement when big things happened. Shout outs to Caleb, who scored about 300 points with Johnny Manziel. The guys who talked to Kate, it was amazing. Xbox was really cool. We did an interview that's out running on the dashboard over on Xbox One, and just got awesome feedback, man. Everybody was really excited to play Madden, full of support. The game looks great. People couldn't wait to get a hold of the new rookies. I love asking fans what they think of their new rookies. Some kids were real hesitant to put Teddy Bridgewater on the... Look at that.
Wow.
Shady right into the celebration, full of energy. You saw he pulled a teammate over, so we got organic group celebrations anytime you're near a teammate. So Shady gets into the end zone, spikes the ball, and you see him calling his lineman over the tight end over.
Man.
To celebrate with him. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, talk about that...
Look at that Jumbotron. Holy cow.
That AI, too,
a wall.
on offense, just
Blocked you
working
right out of
me.
the play,
yeah. Guys like
Head coach
Shady
Gus
McCoy
Bradley.
are going to be tough to
It is
stop.
wider
in
than the
Madden
field.
15.
I wasn't kidding.
That
Look
is
at
huge. Huge.
That was impressive.
Oh,
There you go.
Oh.
So
Todman. That was
so you
user
can't-
error, right?
You can't hold sprint while you change direction anymore. You have methodically let go of the
Wait,
sprint
you're
button.
giving me tips now?
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
I'm going to.
But
Well, I want to tell you why. So at Comic-Con, we watched this great comeback. He's down 10. He scores, kicks it onside, gets the ball. People are going nuts at this point. Drives down the field. 1 play left. Wide open on the corner route. And he's holding the sprint button so he can't turn up for that pylon. And he oh, my goodness. Runs right out of bounds and loses the game on the last play.
you like that? You like those little jukies there?
You did great. That was awesome. Your boy Jorts.
Woo!
You saw the defender reach out with one arm. That's a new contextual awareness with one-armed tackle attempts. Shrugging guys off. Nicely done.
Yeah, I wonder. I'm gonna leave Henny in there. No offense, Blake Bortles. You guys can put in Bortles if you like in your real games, but I'm gonna stick with Henny here because I think he's probably the starter day one.
Sounds
Jenica,
right.
what do you think? Blake Bortles or Henny? You like Chad? She likes Chad.
Big Jags fan.
But go UCF. All right, I'm gonna show you guys the camera. So that's zoomed all the way in, backing all the way out, backing all the way back in, and there you go.
The All-22 camera. Oh, there it is.
Nice first down.
The All-22 camera has got to be the most commonly used one from what I've seen. People love to see their outside receivers. They love to see the look of the defense.
I guess I should run the ball. Toby Gerhart. Again, send your questions to Patrick and I at
Keep going.
at the hashtag TwitchMadden15. I'm gonna try and finish this first half, and then we're gonna wrap up today. Appreciate you guys watching.
Twitter's a lot nicer than I thought they'd be.
Are they?
I thought I would get killed here.
Because of your gameplay? Because of your
Yeah.
Hey man, everybody is not Farrells and Gibbs. Me included. I am not a pro gamer. I can hold my own, but let's see if I can
You need to do some labbing, right?
Yeah.
To call it.
Cindy kind of adjusts his face mask there as he walks up to the line. Pretty cool.
Lots of little fidget animations during the play. Before the play and after the play, as guys return to where they're going. Another new thing. Oh, nice.
Trucked him there a little bit to get.
In Madden 15, we give all these guys a destination. Mike was talking about our ability to sort of point cameras at them indefinitely throughout post play. But now, when they finish whatever it is that they're doing, their individual reactions at post play, then they'll have a target to either go back to the huddle or off to the sideline after a drive, change of possession, head off to the tunnel at the end of the half of the game. But anytime we look in at these guys, we're not canned anymore. We're just showing the.
That was pretty cool right there. The guy got hurt, and then we go to a commercial break, and then come back, and he's on the stationary. Hope he's doing all
Oh,
right.
nice. That's yours.
Reach. I should have done something, stiff arm or something there. That was my bad. I'm gonna try to go over the top. With it.
Dive.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Toby. See if I can do it. Oh, didn't need to.
Even easier. When you get an offensive line like that.
Nice. You know, different personalities. This guy, he just takes the football back to the sideline. Not too flashy.
Did we get a cool look at the crowd? We can really show off the at-home touchdown reactions are some of the coolest crowd visuals.
Do you want me to
we've
jump
got.
in instant replay? Or
If you want, it's something to see.
Okay. Let's go ahead and
Give
do
it
that.
get a nice wide camera, pull back. Yeah, get off of. Maybe that's a little far. That's a little far.
Sorry. All right, let's see him.
Just let it run.
All right.
They're all standing at the start of the play.
Nice.
And they're up and jumping and screaming at the end of the
Jump
play.
around. Jump around. going nuts.
We missed this level of emotion last year. So big game-changing plays,
Very cool.
Anything that's swinging momentum, they're up and out of their seats and jumping around, which is great. Jump around.
For those of you asking, yes, you can turn off this line. I actually really like it. The difficulty of your kick is, dependent on the kicker, his ratings, how far away you are. So obviously on an extra point, that window of error is actually going to be much wider than if you're trying to kick a 45, 50-yard field goal. But Clint Oldenburg could probably do a better job than me of explaining.
And it's awesome for practicing coffin corners and just understanding a little better how that arrow relates to where the ball will go.
Oh, no.
Took it easy. It's with a lot of these newer mechanics, it's fun to turn the difficulty down, play a few games on rookie or pro to understand how they relate to gameplay, and then back up to your preferred difficulty. And they're still there. We just don't give you the UI assist.
Patrick, you got any more questions on Twitter? I'm gonna play as safety here. Oh, I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. That was my fault. Like Evans there, pointing to his nameplate in celebration. I love seeing guys hit the ground and then a buddy helping them up, reaching out a hand to help them up, and it all happens in real time on the field.
It certainly does, and based on the score factor, the time factor, the context of the game, there's varying levels of intensity, so you'll see from just helping him up and just getting him up off the field compared to helping a guy up after making a sack where there's a celebration and emotion and a reaction in the get-up as well. There's another reaction seamlessly off of the tackle.
Chip Kelly not happy about Foles' decision there. So let's go into instant replay and check that out. So again, and you guys added a little extra time to the end of instant replays too. I want to say, and if Mike was in here, he would know exactly, but I want to say it's like 8 seconds or something.
It's like it's 8 seconds when it's not trumped by any type of scripted moment or instant replay.
So that,
which is a good portion.
I mean,
of the time.
that's like something that we might throw out there as a screenshot, and people might wonder if that's real. Well, it's very much real. Just happening in game, and there you go. So if you want to, after the game, if you want to, once the game comes out, share your own on Twitter or Facebook. You can catch a guy celebrating about Foles' a little run there in sack. So looks pretty cool. All right.
Zamp, the Jags are in a good position right now.
Are we? Let's see if I can hold them on this third down. That's the question. I'm going to go with the defensive camera. Might put me in a liability. Oh, nice. Nice stop. We are in this. I'm going to take the lead before the half. I can feel it.
It's yours.
I can feel it. Again, send us your questions with the hashtag TwitchMadden15. More. Trying to get to as much as I possibly can. Can you show more blitz plays? I will do my best if I end up on defense again. Sorry, that was from Tobin Frost on Twitter. Should I let that go? Why not? Return it. Probably should have let it go. Put Blake Bortles in. People want to see Blake. To do that, I'm going to have to go. Hey, can you? Yeah, thank you.
Hey,
thank you.
This will only take a moment.
Thank you, Craig. So the only reason I'm doing this is because I don't want you to see the ratings yet. But I'm going to put Blake in. And you know what?
Nice.
What the heck? I'm going to put his college teammate in, Storm Johnson, at halfback. So let's jump back into the game. We're going to have UCF guys. So there's Bortles. There's Storm Johnson. And we got our boys in. Probably not a week 1. Ooh. Couldn't get rid of that fast enough. I'm going to hurry up. You know what? I think I want to run that again. I think I've got this. I haven't run a screen. Yeah, blitzes are really effective this year, especially if you send more guys than they have blockers. You're gonna see results.
You play action on a deep ball?
You want to see some play action? Gosh, I am not doing real well right now. Should I pick up this first down first? I think I'm going to. I'm going to do Jags, and then we'll jump to. Oh man, they're sending them.
Get it.
Get it, Mercedes. Get it.
I think he's short. And
I think we should let the Twitch stream decide. Go for it or punt. What do you think?
oh my.
Go for it or punt. Let us know in the Twitch stream. This is like Twitch plays Madden right now. Punt. All right. Let's see.
I say go for it.
Go for it. Go for it. I'm seeing more go for it, so I'm going to go for it. Nope, sorry.
With a big guy like Blake Bortles, you should just be able to fall forward, right? 6-foot quarterback.
I don't know, man. I feel like handing it to his buddy Storm Johnson.
Okay.
Let's see if he's got what it takes. This might bite me, but let's see. I don't feel good about it.
Zoom that camera in.
Zoom it in. Oh no!
Oh my goodness, not a chance. Storm.
That's why you don't let your pride
Great
get in
stop.
the way.
Great stop for D'Amico.
Yeah.
And you see Blake helping up his teammate. There's no scriptables in there. The reaction from the tackler and from the ball carrier.
All right. Let's show some blitzes.
Great starting field position for the offense. And Matthews.
Press coverage here. Oh, he's.
You got it.
Oh.
You got it. You got it.
I was worried.
Sorry, fools.
Yeah. So getting a little celebration there. Post-play celebration by defensive players. And there's Bradley on the sideline. Chip Kelly looking good too.
Looking great. Another great head coach.
Sack. So there's an example of some of the new Jumbotron features.
I think my favorite one is the thank you fans one, because what used to say lose, lose, lose was a point of contention for a lot of people. So if you lose the game at home, rather than saying lose, 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 it says thank you fans, which is much more realistic.
Oh, I thought I had a pick there.
Great place to be though on the.
Yeah. There's Evans kind of getting the crowd. Chip's like, no, that's not what I asked for, guys. I did not want to see that. I just keep blitzing because you said to blitz, and it's working out for me so far. Pressing. This might just kill me here in a second, though.
See with your great
Oh,
timing.
no! And that's...
You got really great timing off the line. It looks like you've been working on that.
Sent like 6 guys. I'm going to hold him to a field goal, though, possibly. So, yeah. That'll work. Let's see if I can score before the half. It is hard. It is hard playing and talking at the same time. I give so much credit to the professional streamers out there. Do this daily.
Another great
That was
reaction.
really cool. Yeah. Henry. Nice little boot. Into that net. Looks good.
Looks great.
All right. Bortles.
All right, Blake.
Let's see what you got.
Alex Henry ready for the kickoff.
Hodman's pretty quick, so I'm going to take it out. I get to the 20 at least. Nice. All right. Any more questions we should address here, Patrick? All right, I accidentally hit run, so I'm going to change that here.
Some dangerous questions.
First down and 10.
Oh!
Nice. Oh, goodness. Again.
Not going to hold on to it. Guy got his hand in there and knocked it out.
Ball's incomplete. Good timing by the defensive player that time. He gets to the receiver just as the football is getting.
Have you ever tried to play like this? I know we have a lot of our hardcore guys that like to, but I find it difficult.
Second down and 10. Keeps
Oh, hold on to it too long. This is, are you laughing at me right now, Patrick?
I'm not. I'm seeing a very familiar offense. This happened to me.
This is third down.
Let's go, Bortles. I need you here.
Your time in the pocket is not great. So you better, if you're getting through reads,
Smart
better
around in
quickly.
shorts here.
Oh, nice. Great pocket.
Ooh,
Just as I say.
got it. All right. So I'm going to switch my tempo right here to no huddle.
Nice.
And we're going to have John White. No, I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to do this. I'm seeing press, so I'm going to send shorts on a streak here. See if I can get him over the top. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Almost picked
Safety.
off.
Intercepted that time. Just not a good decision by the quarterback.
Phil doesn't like it.
On the sidelines, they keep calling the wrong plays.
Oof.
But he's attacking
Yeah, the safety was there.
of this
Look pretty good, though. As you can see, those guys
They're not. That's deep down the middle.
going for the effort catch. Kind of, you know, guys where in the past they might just kind of stare at it as it flies over their head. They'll reach a hand out to try to get to it now. Man, I need to move the ball quick. Get out of bounds. All right, I'm going to call timeout. We're running out of, I know you've probably got to run here pretty soon, Patrick, so.
I'm going to hang with you for 45 more seconds.
Yes! Oh, man, can I get Sanders deep?
Oh. Taunting the fans. That's something.
Man, the Eagles are, no, I gotta go for it. I gotta go for it. I know the sim guys are yelling at me. And in a typical situation, in a game where I was going to play the full thing, I would punt it here because I don't want to give them good field position. But I'm trying to score before the half. So I don't want to do that, actually. So see if I can get this first down real fast. Nope, I throw a pick.
If Jeff was here, he'd mention how the lighting model has completely changed from the start of the game. Big shadows moved in on the field.
Right.
It's cool.
As the sun kind of sets over the horizon, it's going to look very different. There's a pick. All right. I'm going to try to go to halftime. Here, let you guys see that last.
You play safety from player lock? You got those skills?
Shoot. They snapped it on me. Ooh. I will try, though, Patrick. Who do you want me to control? Safety here? I'll do it. It's my route. All right. Oh, no.
Coming at you.
No!
Sorry I did that to you.
I thought he was gonna.
That is a tricky thing to do,
Just
even
threw it
with
right over the top.
even with.
So there's a challenge for you guys at home once you get the game, trying to play a defensive player lock. It can be
Is it
can be
ball
challenging.
hawking safety?
Yeah, it's fun though.
It's awesome.
All right. Patrick, once again, thank you guys for joining us. We'll have more information soon on our next stream. Obviously, we've got Madden Ultimate Team news, Connected Franchise news, and more ratings releases here in the coming days and weeks. So please stay tuned for all that.
Follow Donnie Moore.
Yeah, follow Donnie Moore on
Donnie
Twitter.
_Moore.
Donnie's always talking ratings. He's always eager. And the thing about Donnie is he knows so much about players' stats and their 40 times and, you know, how accurate. Like I mentioned earlier today, you know, what I thought Peyton Manning's deep throw percentage was last season. You know, I just assumed that it was all perfect because he was awesome, but he was not perfect.
Do you play fantasy football with
And
him?
Donnie was like, yeah, it was about 65%. No, I do not. I do not play fantasy football with Donnie because he is really good at fantasy football. He knows everything about every
all the
player.
players.
Yeah.
There's nothing available in free agency with Donnie Moore.
Should probably audible out of this and at least try. So, whoops.
With this play, they'll go with 2 tight ends.
Might run out of time here if I don't hurry. I'll try to hit shorts over the top.
But yeah,
There's
we're really
play
excited
action.
to be breaking our dependency on scripted moments in game and have everything be organic on-field reactions. In the long term, the game can be so much better with just hundreds of animations, thousands of animations that play on all the individual players based on their position and their involvement in the play, the time of the time in the game. Oh, gotcha.
Oh no.
One more?
Try to get one more. Try to get one more. He's like, but coach,
How do I score 10 in one play?
how do I score 10 in 2 seconds? And there you go. There's my coach suggestion. It's Hail Mary, so I'm going to go for it.
After that sack, dropped it back 9 yards. It sets up second down at 19. Quarters formation.
What should I look for here? Going for Sanders. No way. No way. All right, let's check out the halftime show. And with that, we're going to leave you guys after the halftime show. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to follow us on Twitch, EA Sports, for more streams coming soon.
Halftime report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's get ready now to take a look back at the first half. The Jaguars are behind right now, but the home crowd should give them a boost. The Eagles have come in and looked good as the road team. And we'll just keep trying to play hard and maintain the lead going forward. All right, let's get it going. Let's roll those first half highlights. Eagles opening drive. Run play coming up here, and he caps off the 8-play drive with a touchdown. That takes the lead up to 7. Into late in the first. Shorts is going to make the catch in traffic, and he'll end up picking up 38 yards.
My one highlight of the game.
Jaguars still on the field. He stays up the middle on the run, and he caps off the 7-play drive with a score. The Jaguars tied up at 7. Jaguars come out on 3rd and 4. Under pressure here, and the ball is picked off. Ryan says it's happy to come away with the pick and end the drive. Now following the interception, Foles gonna find his mark, and this goes 41 yards for the score, pushing the lead to 10. So that's it for us at the EA Sports Studio.
All right.
We'll go back now to
All right, thanks everybody for joining us. We'll see you next time.